Hey guys, it's Hannah.
Camila.
And Aubrey. Welcome back to Mics.and.Mischief, where we're going to dive into questions and topics that are important to Gen Z. Each episode, we will bring you fresh insights, intriguing concepts, and thought-provoking conversations. So grab your headphones, get comfy, and let's get into it.
So to start off this episode, we want to briefly talk about the new Pope, Pope Louis XIV or something like that. But he's an all-American pope, and basically he's gone viral because over 35 million people betted on who is going to be the eventual pope. And so that's a record-breaking number of people that have ever betted on who's going to be the pope. So do you guys have any specific opinions on the fact that he is an American pope?
For me, obviously the Pope is a big religious figure, but I feel like the fact that so many people care that he's American, for example, there was an interview in the Vatican where, they were going into the crowd and they were like, how do you feel about, your Pope being American and coming from America like you? And they're like, yeah, we, of course, it's so good. We have national pride. But to me, I feel like it's a little odd that nationality, political aspects are being woven into religious aspects. And for me personally, I feel like those are two things that should never weave into each other, cross over. So it's not that he's American, but it's it makes him better because it's better that he is American than another nationality. And I find that
interesting. Interesting. How does him being American have anything to do with politics?
Well, for me, it's because everybody is like, oh, it's so much better that he is American. I'm so glad that he is American. But your vote, who's the Pope, is a religious aspect, not oh, he's from the Philippines, or oh, he's from America, or oh, he's Italian. I feel like where he comes from shouldn't matter as more than the way he religiously sees things and wants to lead the Catholic Church.
Right, and I don't think it was. I don't think that decision was based on,
No, I know
the
decision wasn't based
right
on that, but I'm saying other people feel more pride or are more willing to listen to this Pope themselves have said because he is American. And that's where I say, where I feel like that shouldn't be.
Right, and I would disagree with that also. Yeah, but I personally do think it's really cool that he is American because just like any other, organization or just like any other platform where if someone was the first, person of color or whatever it is, they would totally celebrate that. Right. And so I think we should also celebrate the fact that he is an American and the first American Pope. I think that's really cool.
And now we have Shiloh coming into the room, so now she will be in the episode from here on forward.
So I was very surprised when I found out the Pope wasn't Tagal. Tagal was one of the highest candidates for the new Pope, which is the Filipino Pope, because he has the same views and outlooks as the former Pope did, Pope Francis. But when I found out he was from Chicago, I realized that that he's representing a different kind of community other than the people who are very invested in Catholicism. So I think it's really good that we do have an American Pope because that's a first. That is one of the it's a huge feat because there has never been an American Pope. So that was very shocking for a lot of people. And I realized when I was scrolling through social media that people are more invested now, the fact that there's a new Pope that's American. A lot of Americans are more invested now in Catholicism because the new Pope is.
Right, and I think that's exactly what Camila was saying. And maybe that's a good thing, whether they're there for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. Maybe that's a good thing because hopefully they can find, I'm a Christian, so hopefully they can find Jesus through the mix of whatever it is.
Yeah. And I have nothing against the Pope being American. Again, it was just the aspect of people being there because he's American, not anything to do with Catholicism. Yeah. And so that's where I was like, well, that's a little misleading. That's a little. Yeah. But
sure.
To each their own and for their own reasons.
Yeah. Obviously, I was rooting for the Filipino Pope because Filipino pride. When I found out, bruh, my smile dropped so fast. I was in biology. I was ready to scream my butt off when we found out the new Pope and it was gonna be the Filipino one. And then as soon as they announced, I was like, just jaw for at least 2 seconds. Yeah. But yeah, I did more research and I realized, oh, he's pretty cool.
I didn't even know we had a new pope. I mean, wait, I knew we were getting one,
Bro.
but like, it wasn't until I was like on today's news and it was like he gives his first, not sermon, what's it called?
Right, like word.
I don't know.
Or something like that.
Yeah, he preaches for the first time. He addresses the people, and I was like, oh, we chose one already.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about the fact that 35 million people betted on who was going to be the new pope?
How much money was that?
That's outrageous.
Who going, bro?
No, I'm sorry. I meant to say 35 million dollars were bet.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Who's going, bro?
Right.
Serious.
Who's getting rich?
Oh my gosh, I saw a YouTube video of this guy who had AI help him.
Bruh.
Who was the biggest candidate that he should vote for. He
So
voted for Tagal. And then the next video was financial ruin. Sorry.
Don't trust AI with your bets.
Yeah.
That was the moral of this whole episode.
Yeah, apparently he was the least candidate to get voted, but underdogs, rates.
Well, the Cardinals were like,
Yeah.
yeah, this.
You know what? Let's switch it up.
Yeah. Let's hit him with a new one.
Yeah.
All right, now that summer is coming up and we literally have a handful of days left in school.
Let's freaking go. Let's go.
Finally, what do we have plans? Oh, I saw this video that was can't wait for Sunday to not be a school night anymore.
I saw that too. Oh my gosh, exactly.
I cannot wait.
Okay, so first we want to talk a little bit about what we're doing over the summer, and then we're going to talk about what Gen Z is doing over the summer. Obviously, we are also Gen Z, so you can take that as a little,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Shiloh, let's talk about you. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to Florida.
Okay.
Maybe. Because a relative is finally moving here.
Mm.
So she's marrying someone there. So hopefully we get to visit and
And
I don't even know her, but you know what? We're going to Florida.
and
A win is a win.
aren't you gonna have a new sibling to take care of?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Podcast listeners, the amount of times that Shiloh has forgotten that her own mother is pregnant and that this baby will arrive during the summer is astonishing to me.
Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl.
Your baby sister is gonna see this one day and be like, "Wow,
She
Shiloh
forgot about
completely
me.
forgot
I
about
really
me."
matter that much. Okay.
Okay,
I'm not gonna show her this specific episode. Just
just
Yeah.
for that point.
She'll be 2 when Shiloh graduates.
So Camila, what are your plans?
Low key, nothing. Well, I'm taking some classes over the summer,
Mhm.
but as those who have classes with me know that I was gone so much this year because I was traveling during the school year. Shame on me and my attendance.
Shame.
But so, no more traveling because I have
Right.
summer school. Or not summer school, but classes over the summer. But we are thinking about going to Florida too, and I've actually never been to Florida. So,
That's exciting.
yeah.
Well, my plans for over the summer is right now I'm planning to go to a youth camp. I'm going to help at 2 kids camps. I'm going to Florida for Fine Arts Nationals, and then I'm going to Florida again the week before. I mean, I guess I'll be there for 2 weeks, but the week before, me and a few of my friends are hoping to take a little vacation there, and we're hoping that it's just going to be us. So, we'll have parents there, but one parent, you know what I mean? But it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm also planning on tanning 24/7. And then, so those are some of my ideas.
Well, way to put us all to shame.
No, yeah.
You're busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I like it.
Aubrey, what are you doing over the summer?
So I'm taking classes over the summer. I have 2 classes per month or whatever. I don't know.
Classes per month.
Yeah. That's probably it. Actually.
She's gonna work 24/7.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and work.
Yeah, is anyone else working? I know I will be.
Shiloh just raised her hand, but you can't see that.
You can't see that, but I'm gonna try to work over this summer and get some bread.
Where?
I'm gonna try.
Where?
I don't know. It's probably gonna be like a food.
Well, I think Panera right by our house is hiring.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, you know what? I'm basically there every single week.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
live there, so might as well work.
I know.
Exactly. You might as well just pay me to be here.
Yeah.
You should do it so I can take advantage of whatever benefits you get.
That's okay. Okay, Camila.
Wait, Aubrey, didn't mean you were like thinking about it, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, taking a job there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I know I low-key, for the longest time, I didn't want an actual job. But now that I teach, like, piano lessons, I low-key want an actual job,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I help my dad with some other things, like, for his businesses. But I want, like, a real job that I have to be like, I don't want to go and work today.
Like an actual work.
Right. Like,
yeah.
now I just, like, my dad's like, hey, I need 3 hours of your time. And I'm like, okay.
No, I hate it because I do part-time as a Spanish teacher to little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody is dumb as little kids who want to learn a second language. It's so hard, and I have minimal patience.
That's so real.
You know,
And you know what's not even funny is that the little kids aren't even the worst part. You know who's the worst part?
the big kids.
The high schoolers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was 13 years old tutoring a junior, and I was sitting down and I just looked at him and I was like, you're dumb.
Man.
And like in my head, of course. And guys, dumb, it's not that like he didn't know Spanish. It was that he wasn't putting effort into it. And that's what made me so mad.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting here and he had a D in Spanish and he would just give me the work and be like, here, could you do this for me? And I was getting paid $16 an hour. So I would pretend to take a really long time on it. And it would take me 3 hours to get a packet of Spanish
That's
done
so funny.
so that I could make my dough. For sitting next to this person
Loser.
who was just be on his phone. He did not go to Central, so we're okay.
Like, I hate to say this, but that's a win-win.
It
Like,
is.
Yeah.
3 hours, sit in a room, someone gets paid, like,
I'm taking it.
whoever.
And then I made her, and then I jacked the prices up to $22.
I would too.
Okay, so let's talk about what Gen Z is doing over the summer. And one thing that really signified the summer, in my perspective, was Coachella. Because you see, like, you know, it's winter, and then it's like everyone breaks out their summer outfits in an instant.
Yeah.
And it's like Coachella. And so that's one thing for me that signified it on the internet. But one thing, style of the summer is coming back. Like, it's always been, you know, but like the summer style and the coastal vibes on Instagram specifically is coming back. Some activities that Gen Z is doing is internships. Like, I know it happens all the time, but no one really talks about it. And internships are a great way to get your learning in and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Especially during the summer. Do you guys remember during COVID when like Miami was shut down because so many people, like there was too many people there for spring, like summer break?
Yes.
Because
I remember that.
do you remember that? Well, now like they were showing a picture of the same date during COVID and now in Miami, and like it was so crowded you couldn't even walk, and on the other one it's like 6-7 people. So I feel like now people are like less city, more nature, or maybe that's just
Yeah.
because that's my side of Pinterest and YouTube Shorts.
oh God. Yeah.
But that's what I'm getting. It's like everybody wants to back away from the city more.
Right. And you're right. And part of that, I think, is because ultimately of social media. Because so many times, you know, I see these videos and it's like, this is our cue not to just brain rot in our rooms all summer. And so I think this summer specifically, and all summers obviously, but like that's going to be a decision that Gen Z and almost the whole world has to make if you don't have a job, which is that what am I going to do with my free time that isn't sitting on my phone or an electronic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that's stimulating, but it's also beneficial.
I mean, what I hope for is for people to touch grass. Some people are weird.
Exactly. No, exactly.
No,
Like,
go ahead and eat it.
Guys, we actually
That's
do have
another
an episode about the
Yeah.
benefits of eating grass. So if you want to go check that out, please do.
Go watch. I feel so bad for the camera because I've just been like mogging myself. Oh, podcasters, we also have a video going on, so go check our Instagram.
Yes,
And
sir.
you can get a pre-recorded feed of us recording this episode right now. Shiloh's over there. Shiloh, come on in, girl. That hair is eating today.
That's one thing, like, for me, I'm going to be so honest with you, which is that I go home and I, like, do all the work that I have to do and I practice my piano and then I go outside for, like, an hour. Because, like, for me, being in this building for so many days at a time, not even, like, you know, you look outside and I'm like, I wish I could be out there. But, like, you're just inside, like, just rotting. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I need to touch grass. Like, especially right now, the late summer and the late spring and the beginning of summer, the colors are so beautiful.
Did you guys see the sunset?
I mean, like, depending where
Yes.
you're at, there's, like, outside classrooms. Because I know...
Wait, actually?
Yeah, I know in, like, Florida, like... Well, not the classrooms itself are inside,
Right.
but, like, yeah, the school. Like, the whole school is outside. Like, when you get out of class, you're literally
the lunch
outside.
tables are
Yeah,
outside, yeah.
you're outside.
that
Oh, I would
sounds like a
hate that
great
for
idea.
winter.
Oh,
But Florida doesn't get winter.
Florida doesn't get... It's just, like, states that doesn't get...
low-key wishing, like, if I could live anywhere, Florida. 100%.
Puerto Rico.
Oregon.
What?
Oh my god, why?
Okay, explain.
Okay, it's just very... There's a lot of nature there, and I like how, for me, it looks peaceful. Like, from what I've seen, I mean, it's only online, but, like, from what I've seen, it looks very peaceful. The views are pretty. There's also a beach. I know you can't swim in it, but, like, it's...
Okay.
I'd never swim in beaches anyway, so...
What?
Yes, I'm scared of the water, bro. I almost drowned when I was, like, 9. I went home to the Philippines. Oh, man. Yo, throwback. Yeah,
Shell, you
podcast.
bring up something and not fully say what it is and just start laughing and be like, man.
Man, good times. Anyways.
Anyway.
And leaving everyone else in the room like, what?
Suspense. Okay, explain.
Okay. So I went home before COVID happened.
Man.
And I think I was little. So we were in a beach. Sorry, I keep remembering it. I'm just laughing at myself.
Yeah,
But
we
were at a
know.
beach, and I was like, I just learned how to swim in a swimming pool.
Mhm.
So, you know, like the currents are different. And then I was like, you know what? Let me do this. No life jacket on. I was just gonna raw dog it in the middle of the ocean. Why not? And then, bro, I was like 5 foot, like I was 5 feet in. I was like, I almost drowned.
And as you know, Shiloh's 4'11".
Oh,
So
well,
5 feet
shit,
in
shit.
being 4'11
Five
meant
foot
she
two.
was drowned in.
5 foot 2. Bro, I had my hands open in the air.
Oh,
I was like,
She was like,
Dad, help me.
She was like, if I'm about to die, some hot lifeguard better come through right now.
And I wish.
oh.
And then I was just like,
Was
Thanks,
I the
Dad.
only one? Was I the only one, like, as a kid that, like, would pretend to drown for attention?
No. That was sadly me too.
And, like, if there was a lifeguard, he didn't even have to be cute. He just needed to be a guy. I just wanted to...
man.
I would just throw myself into the deep
Has
end.
anyone seen the movie The Sandlot?
Yeah.
Because in the movie, the guy like pretends to drown, and then the hot girl lifeguard comes over, and she's like trying to resuscitate him, and then he opens his eyes, and he's like, "Father."
Hannah 101.
Bro, okay, no.
Huh?
What? Exactly.
That's not worth getting kicked out for.
All right, guys. So that's going to wrap up this podcast episode. Let us know any comments, questions, or even possible segment ideas you would like to hear. Also, if you would like to be featured or join us for an episode, you can find the link on our social media, specifically Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Music. Until our next episode, keep exploring, stay curious, and thanks for being a part of the Mics and Mischief community. See you next time.